Hello everyone, it's me MUFTi and welcome to another tennis blog, and today we're going to be talking about the famous ladies legend player Venus Williams. She didn't just win matches, she broke barriers, faced the best and made history every time she stepped on the court. And so let's carry on and see how we do. Alright, so let's begin with the year 2000 Wimbledon final, where Venus Williams faced Lindsay Davenport. The 2000 Wimbledon final was Venus Williams' first big win at a Grand Slam. She was just only 20 years old, young but already very confident. She faced Lindsay Davenport, the world #1 at the time, who was experienced and had beaten many of the top players. It was not an easy match. Venus played fast, strong and smart. Her serve was powerful and she ran to every ball. Her shots were accurate and strong. She stayed focused throughout the match and never gave up. She won 6-3, 7-6 and became a Wimbledon champion. This victory was historic. It showed that Venus was not just talented, she was a real champion. She also became the second African American woman to win Wimbledon after Althea Gibson, which made the moment even more special. The match announced Venus to the world as a force to be reckoned with in women's tennis. Next, we move on to the year 2000 Sydney Olympics final. Venus Williams faced Elena Demencheva. After Wimbledon, Venus went to the Sydney Olympics. The Olympics are different because players compete for their country, not just for themselves. It is a stage where mental strength is just as important as skill. Venus faced Elena Demencheva, a young and talented Russian player. Venus served hard, moved quickly around the court and hit strong shots. She stayed calm and focused under the pressure of representing her country. She won 6-2, 6-4 and earned the Olympic gold. The match was important because it showed her mental toughness. She proved that she could handle high pressure situations and remained calm. The victory also confirmed that Venus was not only a Grand Slam champion but also a world-class athlete. Right, so we now move on to the year 2000 US Open final, where once again Venus Williams faced Lindsay Davenport. Venus's incredible 2000 season continued at the US Open. She faced Lindsay Davenport again, which meant another tough challenge. Davenport was determined to win, but Venus came prepared. Venus played strong from the very first point. Her serve was fast and accurate, making it hard for Davenport to respond. Her ground strokes were precise and she moved around the court with confidence. She stayed focused and smart throughout the match. She won the match 6-4, 7-5. This victory completed an amazing year for Venus, winning Wimbledon, the Olympic gold and the US Open in the same year was remarkable. It showed that she could consistently perform at the highest level and maintain focus through a very busy season. Next, we turn to the 2001 Wimbledon final, Venus Williams versus Justine Henin. In 2001, Venus returned to Wimbledon for another final. She played Justine Henin, a rising star who later became a legend in women's tennis. Wimbledon's grass court suited Venus's playing style. Venus started strong and won the first set 6-1. Henin fought back in the second set and won 6-3. Showing her skill and determination, Venus did not give up. She came back strongly and won the third set 6-0. This match showed that Venus could handle pressure and stayed focused. Her serve and volley style worked perfectly on grass, allowing her to attack the net and control points. This win strengthened her reputation as a player who could dominate on the biggest stages. Next, we turn to the 2001 US Open final, where Venus Williams versus Serena Williams. One of the most famous matches in tennis history happened when Venus faced her sister Serena in the US Open final. The match was historic and of course emotional. Venus stayed calm and played smart. She served strong, moved fast and hit accurate shots. She kept her composure under pressure and won 6-2, 6-4. This match was very special. It was the first Grand Slam final between the two African American women, it was also a key moment in the famous Williams sisters rivalry. Venus's win showed her ability to compete at the highest level, even against someone who knew her game as well as Serena did. Next we move on to the 2003 Australian Open final, Venus Williams versus Serena Williams. In 2003, Venus played Serena again in the Australian Open final. This time the match went to 3 sets, showing how evenly matched the sisters were. Serena won 7-6, 3-6, 6-4. Even though Venus lost, it was a close and exciting match. Both sisters knew each other's strategies very well, every point was a battle, and both gave their best. This match showed that Venus could push even the best players to their limits. She made her opponents work hard for every point. The match was a reminder that Venus was always a threat in any final she played. 2003 Wimbledon final, Venus Williams versus Serena Williams. Grass court was always Venus's favourite surface. In 2003, she faced Serena again in the Wimbledon final. Both players served hard, ran fast, and played long, exciting rallies. Venus did not win this match, but it was amazing to watch. It was one of the best Wimbledon finals because of the speed, power, and skill displayed by both sisters. Fans loved the match because it was fast, competitive, and full of tension. Venus showed that she could compete at the highest level even when facing her toughest rival. These matches remind us why Venus is a true legend. Her impact on tennis will be remembered for generations. Now we move on to the 2005 Wimbledon final, Venus Williams versus Lindsay Davenport. The 2005 Wimbledon final is often called one of the greatest women's finals ever. Venus faced Lindsay Davenport again. The match was long and very hard. Davenport even had chances to win, but Venus stayed calm and focused. She won 4-6, 7-6, 9-7. Both players fought hard and Venus never gave up. The match showed Venus's mental toughness and determination. Winning this final proved she could perform under pressure and compete in marathon matches. Next we turn to the 2008 Wimbledon final, Venus Williams versus Serena Williams. By 2008, both sisters were tennis legends. Venus played Serena again in the Wimbledon final. Venus served strongly, moved quickly, and hit smart, precise shots. She won 7-5, 6-4. This win was important because it came against her toughest rival. Fans loved the match because both sisters played at their very best once again. Venus showed she could still win big titles even later in her career. And lastly, let's talk about the 2008 WTA Tour Championship final between Venus Williams and Vera Zvonareva. Venus also won big matches outside the Grand Slams. At the WTA Championships, she played Vera Zvonareva in the final. Venus lost the first set 6-7, but she didn't give up. She adjusted her strategy and came back strong. She won 6-0, 6-2. This match showed her ability to fight back and think smart during matches. Winning this title proved that Venus could play her best tennis even when things started poorly. And of course guys, just wanted to add that Venus Williams is competing at this year's 2026 Australian Open and showing her of course determination to compete in tennis regardless of her age, regardless of calls to retire. Anyway guys, that brings an end to the tennis vlog here on MUFTiiYT Tennis. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you like and subscribe to this video and of course the channel, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Peace and take care.